Yes. Hey everyone, welcome to another scene in World of Darkness, Hong Kong House of Cards. This is going to be a scene, I presume, for Vampire. Um, People got some things they need to communicate to one another. There's going to be some frank conversations for the House of Staves. Currently, since we didn't decide where we were going to be for the scene, I'm just going to say we're at the Elysium. Raven is in a good mood today.
This about to get ruined.
She is like, you know what? Today was a good day. I had a really nice conversation with the dog. I think I'm making some headway with the strays. Nothing bad happened. I'm so mellow right now. And she's sitting there with a content smile.
Currently in the Elysium, for as far as NPC goes, you'll notice that Michelle LaBelle is absent. Samuel,
Oh, hell yeah, Michelle, you here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Samuel Judah is sitting off in the corner playing with his bear, while the whip with no name is standing over him, concerned, making sure nothing bad happens, because bad stuff tends to happen. Let's see. I'm assuming the sheriff is there,
Yep.
Tiger? All right, Sheriff Mirich Basarab is there. Noticeably absent are Seneschal, the Ventru Primo, the Bruja Primo, and the Nosferatu Primo. Liam is also not in attendance, but then again, Prince isn't required to be in the Elysium all the time anyway. And let's see. I think that covers everything.
For Psalm 3, decreasing your generation, what are you supposed to roll for that?
That is. Give me 1 minute.
You're trying to drop Bomb 3? Because that would be a willpower roll of diff 6.
Not typically recommended when walking into Elysium either.
No, not while walking into Elysium, before walking into Elysium.
Yeah, it's still kind of.
It's still kind of. I mean, it does get done. It's kind of a gray area. Walking in with an active power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, there's not. I mean, it's up to you, and it's up to. I mean, Adriana and the SD how they want to interpret it. Like, I know me. Like, there's not much of a reason for someone to drop something like Thom, and then rolling in and being like, "Yo, what up? I got a big dick."
Yeah.
Which is essentially what that would kind of be.
All right.
I'd say that.
So, because it can only be used once per night, first of all. Second of all, first success drops you 1 gen and one step for an hour. Additional successes have to be split between steps and hours. The most you can decrease is 3 generations.
Oh, what? Oh, that's the thing. Okay.
That's my thinking, because freaking dumbasses should not be able to be 13th gen and walk in as a fucking 8th gen for an hour.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair house rule.
Yeah. Granted, that still means that an 8th gen can walk in at 5th. So.
Yeah.
Also, it does say this in the book. I have to reiterate: if you use Hour of Power, if you you cannot sire somebody to a lower gen than you are, and then diablerize them.
Oh, that's just inky as fuck.
It is. I've seen it happen though. It's in the book that you can't do this. So yeah. Anyway.
It also says you can't diablerize, period. So.
Oh no, you can diablerize. It's terrible.
You can. Yeah, it's one of those things where you really shouldn't, and you'll typically get found out if it happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, the Brett wouldn't let me come in with him Diablery, though. Side eye.
Yeah, okay. Adriana comes storming in, and She's obviously looking for somebody. And she sees Raven. It's like, have you seen the tumor turned in? She's very, very obviously like looking for somebody.
Okay. Raven's mellow is not entirely harsh at this point, although she definitely sees the franticness in Adriana at this point, and she kind of looks over and says, "No, I'm sorry, love. Anything wrong?"
Fuck yeah! You have these fucking majors. I'm gonna kill them. One of these.
Okay.
You don't understand. You don't.
Uh,
No, you don't understand. And she reaches in her bag and pulls out a DVD. Watch how stupid this gets.
A wild sheriff appears.
I'm just gonna assume he's just kind of creeping out of the corner in Zulo form or some shit.
He's fucking pulling the old school Dracula where like 1 second he's not there, the next like, oh hey, there's a Mircha there.
I will murder these people if I had the opportunity.
What is happening, Mr. Ramirez?
Just watch. And she'll pop the DVD into the DVD player and
yes, that was actually moved in there because it wasn't there when Julian still had this place.
Oh yeah, no, they probably had to get it specifically for Doctor Who movie night.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So conscientious.
if you watch the scene, it's the scene.
No, I haven't. Although, all right, does anyone mind describing things to me a bit?
Brett, you were there.
Okay, so starts off. Which part of it? The whole scene, or just the stuff in controversy?
The important parts.
Okay.
The argument. The.
Fast forward. Serena brokering a deal with Zahn to sell something called an EMP grenade in mass amounts. Dimitri trying to convince them both that doing so will call down the wrath of the technocracy, even going so far as to showing Serena a text from Arthur saying, "Do not do this or you'll kill us all." Serena walking out after talking to Zahn and Dimitri later arguing at length about it. Basically culminates to Zahn saying, "I don't care if everybody gets blown up. It's better to die fighting than to live in a cage." At which point Dimitri says, "No, not just us. The entire city gets wiped out." And again, Zahn reiterates, "It's better to die on your feet than live in a cage." So,
Okay, hold on. Before you go any further, Raven was able to directly hear someone say, "It doesn't matter if everyone dies. I don't give a fuck."
yeah.
Okay, I have to spend a willpower and roll self-control. I'm good.
Good. Yeah. All right. From there, fast forward. I'm guessing you had Etrigan do the editing on this.
Probably.
That's
Yeah.
surprisingly good with technology.
He has to be. He can't go outside.
To explain the reason for the frenzy check, Raven has the nature survivor. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, goes forward to outside. You see Serena show up in a car that is not anything like the car that she originally showed up in tonight, and park it in a secluded part of the parking lot where there's no lights. There's like 2 lights overhead, no CCTV cameras. You'll also notice a guy standing near the main entrance to the museum, nondescript fellow wearing a trench coat. However, because he does not have false reflection, you see that it's an Nosferatu. Standing next to him is a 30-foot long alligator with its tail coiled around him carefully, looking back and forth.
Mircha's hand grips his sword a little
Oh,
tighter.
Yeah, you'll see the Nosferatu reach down and pet the alligator, because unfortunately he may have Cloak the Gathering, but he does not have False Reflection. So all his obfuscate is seen through. You'll notice.
So don't worry.
You'll notice Serena walk out. Oh, before Serena grabbed the car, you'll notice her walk out, look at the guy, seeming not to notice anything weird about it, and then walk on. And then she'll show up with the car. Zahn will show up outside too, flanked by his bodyguards, and he'll tell the bodyguards to go stand off somewhere. You'll see Serena prime some kind of device and throw it at the car while it's still running. There's a bang and a shoomp, and the car shuts down. You then hear a roar as the alligator breaks away from the person he's standing beside and starts running towards the car at celerity.
Oh! I forgot it had celerity.
Well, it gets better.
It gets better. So, the gator running towards the car, ignoring the other two, you see Serena pull out some kind of device, hold it up to something, and the light above the alligator goes off and sparks onto the alligator. The alligator doesn't seem to mind. For those of you who have fortitude, yeah, it soaked the damage. You'll then see a familiar face walk up really fast in the name of Marcus de Sammartino. After that, Serena will unzip something and pull out what looks like a part of a proton pack and zap the alligator. The alligator actually takes damage from it, turns, jumps and misses Serena, as Marcus, while all this was happening, was trying to get into a grapple on the alligator and managed to miss. So something weird happens with Jean, where he comes out of the ground and looks like some kind of demon, at which point everybody stops what they're doing, including the alligator. At this point, you'll see a sewer lid nearby pop open, and a a stainless steel masked individual wearing long clothes pops out of the ground and rushes right over to the alligator, followed by another individual that looks strangely like Qinbai. Or Qinbai. I keep forgetting Q is CH in Chinese. It then shows Serena handing off 4 crates of something to Jean, who then takes it with his guys and leaves. Serena then leaves. You'll see the individual in the stainless steel mask pick up the alligator like a baby, carry it over to the manhole cover, and both him and the other Nosferatu and Qinbai managed to get that alligator down into the sewers and then close the lid afterwards.
Mitchell looked mildly concerned at the way they're forcing the alligator down the manhole.
It's actually a lot easier than it looks like. It's more like they're lowering her down carefully. Him down. Sorry, Fluffy's a him, Precious is a her. Okay.
All right.
There's another one?
Not here. This is the other one's in Paducah.
Look, all I'm saying is, if they get an alligator, Raven's getting a fucking bear. I will get a bear somehow. I will do as many scenes as humanly needed. But tangent.
Yeah.
Sits there. Okay. Everybody in Elysium is going to notice something very strange. Raven's becoming a proper British lady.
Oh, by the way, while you guys were all watching this, Samuel would sit on Adriana's lap with the teddy bear, and the whip with no name would look really confused.
So someone should probably roll perception and empathy, because Raven, the Gangle, is becoming a proper British lady.
That sounds like something Samuel would do.
Perk. Because she's acting a little insane.
Yeah, she mad. She really mad. She does not appreciate having her life
Oh,
being
I'll do perk
toyed with.
empathy on the crazy dude. I could do perk empathy on you too.
Richard doesn't understand people's emotions like a
Yeah.
true Zen.
Okay,
Yes.
so
4 successes from Samuel.
Raven's going to turn around. And her accent was not very posh before. It's slowly becoming more posh now. And she just says, I remember Jean. Who was the other one? I do not believe I have met her. I don't think I've had the pleasure.
She walks in ether. That you actually hear that from Samuel.
I think he's right, but she's Serena from, she's the Chariot Council.
So someone.
Oh, this was a council member that did this.
Like,
Steeple
if Arthur would answer me, I'd be losing my shit right now. She did this right beside my museum.
Have you
Arthur, at that point, Sam. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tiger.
have you attempted to contact that friend of his that seems to always be hanging around him,
Arthur's sleeping.
or apparently he is sleeping? Thank you, Samuel.
At this point, Brother Bartholomew will walk in. Good evening, all. What are you watching?
Evidence.
A very troubling animation. Trying to think of how to make it out there. There's no fucking way.
Does it have anything to do with what happened last night?
So, Raven's going to look directly at the Zamisi and say the following words. It seems there are some people within the city that do not know how to respect someone else's home.
Hey, that resonates.
What's the best part about that? You know what the best part about that is? Rich has got that flaw.
Oh,
Territorial.
No privacy obsession. You enter his house without permission. He frenzies.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that on your sheet.
Now, she don't know all that. She just knows he is a Mies.
Yeah.
And I assume I got the Sabbat Lord to know they really value their homes
Oh yeah.
and their territories.
Yeah, he will. His face will darken at that.
Yeah.
It seems
Bartholomew.
someone educated on proper manners.
What does this have to do with the attack on the lighthouse?
Attack on the lighthouse?
Yes. He'll look at Adriana. You were there when the ward was set up, were you not?
Yeah, I made sure that the bomb landed in the river and didn't disrupt the ritual.
Well, apparently somebody destroyed the ritual post.
At the lighthouse?
Yes. So the ward preventing the Infernalists from re-entering the city, or at least from having their powers in the city and keeping the demons out, has been weakened.
It's okay. The museum's covered individually.
I understand. However, it does bring some troubling instances to light. How did they find it? How did they destroy it? And what happened to Arthur?
He's sleeping.
Sleeping is a polite way to put it, my dear. He was... If not for the fact that I could sense his life force, I would have suspected he was one of us in torpor.
What? Okay. First off, somebody set off a bomb right next to my museum.
They did?
And her
Now,
I'm afraid we are on two separate pages. Apparently there was more to last night than we both know.
watch. Just watch. Go ahead, Dave.
He'll hold up his hand. No, I trust your assessment on this. I think I heard Dimitri muttering something about a insolent Serena of some sort.
See, I want to arrest her. Like, I'm gonna scare the shit out of her. Maybe I could send my friend to go collect her.
I would not advise that being disturbing at the museum or here.
yes, Adriana, there are ways and Raven will say, Adriana, there are ways and methods for us to get things taken care of.
Yes, but you have to think of the tarot card.
Do you know what I see in that footage? I see someone going directly against the Speaker of their house, intentionally sabotaging another member of the council, and then leaving when things get tough? Not even bothering to clean up their mess?
She left
Yeah,
it.
by the way, Adriana, if that car would have still been there, you would have had to have it towed.
What?
You would have had to have car code. It was still there because it couldn't move because it was fucking burnt out.
You know what? I have an idea.
Hmm.
Just gonna give the car to the police with an anonymous tip.
That's nice. Well, whatever happened last night has caused quite a lot of stir in the city.
Okay. I'll get in touch with Friar. What's his name? Friar.
Who?
I was trying to remember which friar that Adriana talked to.
Oh, that's Karamazov.
Yeah, I'll see if I could get a hold of Karamazov and see what we could do about the broken.
Ward.
Yeah.
Very well. I have priests of the Order of St. Michael overseeing the other two sites. Hopefully they will let me know if anybody attempts to break those. Whoever it is, I believe that they either are intentionally doing this or know not what they're doing. Regardless, if the other two posts fall down, the Infernalists will have their opening to come back into the city in force.
To the lady, Celeste. She was going. She poured her blood into the water system and made a whole lot of goopy balls. I believe that would be an accurate term for it.
Celeste, from what I understand, from what the reports I read, was a significantly potent member of the other Clansmies. It's unsure whether or not somebody would be able to do the same thing without that level of potency. And if Zalish were the one involved, he would not be the threat that I've perceived him to be in the city. Besides, for all of his faults, Zalish never dabbled in infernalism. which means, besides, when Celeste was destroyed, from what I understand, all evidence of her blood was removed from creation, including a child of hers, if I recall.
I think it was her twin brother. He said, "Fuck you guys," right before he disappeared. Or wait, no, it
You
was
guys
Manny.
suck.
Yeah, you guys suck.
Interesting. Well, the traces of blood are gone then, so nobody else would be transformed into such horrific monsters. He'll then look at Adriana, your sire, Serena Carlson.
Hmm.
She is in the city, correct?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, mayhap she knows something.
I'll send her a text of what's going on.
Oh, very well. Please.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead, Brett.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Have we had any leads on Mr. Jameson? I understand he's been missing for some time now.
I have not been informed of the latest status. I've been taking care of business at the museum and staying there for my own safety.
Well, hopefully your missing clanmate will be discovered soon. I fear what's going on in the city more than I probably should. Do your best to stay safe. At this point, Bartholomew will actually leave.
Hey, Adriana's gonna give Serena a lowdown of what's going on.
Alright. You'll finally get a text back. Because you haven't heard from her for about a week or so.
Mhm.
Because she had to do some very unsavory things. Well, one of those things was she had to abandon the feathers on herself. Where do you send her a lowdown and she's gonna send back, hold on, what's happened? Where are you? I'm coming.
Elysium. She's about to show.
I'll be there in a few minutes.
She'll look at. Yeah, she's about to show up. Oh God, why? Oh.
So you guys have about 10 minutes of free time before she shows up.
No, go back to Crystal Pepsi.
Out of character. I don't know if Liam's Raven sense will go off. I know the ship hasn't sailed in game, nor will it ever. But God damn it, I will push it out of character. It's like something's wrong. Although, yeah, no, Raven. Oh, sorry.
Is Samuel still sitting in Adriana's lap?
Yes, he is.
Do you want to hear a story?
Is it a good story or a bad story?
A little bit of both. She'll tell
Let's
him
go.
this-
I'll hear the story.
She'll tell him this. Well, she'll start talking in Spanish, and it's just like you could tell it's one of those stories her grandma told her a million times about the soldier and his love from home and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. Not sure if she understands me, but she'll translate if she needs to.
So,
see.
Oh, sorry. I don't. I
Yeah,
hope
he
you.
doesn't appear to be understanding anything you're saying, but he likes the fact that you're talking to him.
Raven will turn to Adriana and she'll just ask. So, tell me, did Miss Sorina, did she intentionally come to your establishment to test out an EMP weapon? Did she know that it was your domicile, or at least your territory?
She knows it's my territory. Everybody knows it's my territory. But I don't think she was planning on, at first, testing her weaponry there.
That I that doesn't quite matter. But what does matter is she knowingly used a weapon like that in a place that you claimed is yours without your permission.
Oh yeah, and there's no weapons allowed. Like, you
Oh, Raven starts clapping.
no weapons. Like,
Yep, Raven's clapping now. We've left posh British woman territory. No, we're now entering. Oh my God! Everyone forgot Raven was black territory.
All right, so at this point, Serena will walk in wearing the white and green Victorian style dress that she often favors. High necked, long sleeved, skirt down to her ankles with green pumps. Probably the only Victorian part of her dress that is not Victorian. Or the only part of her dress that isn't Victorian. She'll then walk over to the assembled gathering, reach out and pat Samuel on the head, and then sit down. So, explain to me how this past evening has become horrible.
I think this is the first part. And she pushes play on the DVD again.
She'll tell you to fast forward.
Yeah, she basically fast forwards through all of it.
All right, so you'll notice that she is basically speed reading the video.
It gets better.
After all that, she'll give a sigh. Pull off one of her gloves and rub her forehead with her fingers. What else did I miss tonight?
Apparently, somebody caused Brother Bartholomew's words were somebody caused the Speaker of the Pinnacles to go into torpor and knock down one of the pillars for the True Faith ritual that kept the demons, or they're keeping the demons and the Infernalists out.
At this point, she'll skip what she originally wants to do because she can't do it here and say, I thought the Speaker of the House of Pentacles was human.
He is.
He was blasted, apparently, knocked unconscious. Might be that way for some time.
He's in a coma. It has to be at least 24 hours long, so.
I was told the Speaker of the House of Pentacles was an extremely powerful magi.
He is.
And somebody took him out. So, the ward... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
He also does not enjoy fighting.
Then how is he powerful?
There's more to power than this combat ability.
Well, I know that, but for mages, typically it's their combat ability.
You would have to ask him, I suppose.
I might have an idea. He spent like 3 months on the moon. in the
1
spirit
month on the
world?
moon.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
Okay, he spent like
Still,
a month on the moon in the spirit world.
Him. Yes. I remember him. He tried to flirt with me. So, it seems like I've got to do more investigating. Oh, and she'll turn to the sheriff. I will need posthumous right of destruction on Sandy Jameson.
What?
That was out of character. I'm sorry.
may I ask why?
Because he was captured by some place that I could not scry, could not respond to my summons, could not respond to any of my means to find him. Therefore, I destroyed him. Rather than let the secrets that he has about our august organization slip into the wrong hands.
Mutual just kind of look like, well, too much fucking shit went on tonight. He'll look at Serena and say, granted, in the future, please try and let us know before you actually destroy them.
Of course. Unfortunately, there was not much time. I had graver concerns.
Understandable. Very trying times as of late, from what I hear.
The thing is that there's only 3 or 4 places in this entire city I cannot scry on. The museum, the place where the Tremere make their havens, the parks, 2 of them actually, so 5 things, and the Innovatech building. So, I could safely assume that if he was in the museum, then my childer, looking at Adriana, would have informed me of such. I do not believe for the life of me that the mages would have him. Or if they did, would have held him there for as long as they have. If the shifters had him, he'd be destroyed. So, I had to assume the latter.
He'd be destroyed anyway.
Yes, unfortunately, though, the Innovatech building, they would have pumped him for any useful information they could have gotten, and then destroyed him. However, Mr. Jameson's well known for his adeptness at mental ability.
But that Mucius just kind of looks at her. Are you sure? Sure about that?
She will look over at Mircea and say, he's quite good at avoiding mental probes and resistant to torture.
Out of character, all Mucius thinking is when they first met, he was asking for vicissitude.
Anyway.
Okay. Aldwin's at the Chantry, right?
What?
Aldwin is at the Chantry, right?
Yes. However, there is a complication. Your Primogen is currently undergoing some very delicate research that cannot be interrupted. Therefore, he has asked me to appoint you his whip to act as Primogen as long as he is unable to.
Alright.
So, there's the issue at the museum, which I'm more than sure that the members of the Tarot Court can handle. There's the issue at the ward, which will require calling in Karamazov and possibly Father Lutrice if I can get in touch with him again. Father Bartholomew, fortunately, is in the city. However, he is a Franciscan, not an Order of St. Michael or Black Friar, which means that he is not an adept at combating demonic influence.
Okay, out of character. Didn't he just say that there was a Order of St. Mary's or something in the city?
Order of St. Michael, yeah, there's 2 mortal priests of the Order of St. Michael in the city right now.
Okay, apparently there's somebody from the Order of St. Michael's in the city. Bartholomew just mentioned it before he left.
Well, if they're mortals, they can't really get involved, can they? Unless they hold significant power of faith. Best not to get them involved anywhere, or else something unfortunate could happen to them, and I'd prefer that not be an option. Regardless, it seems there's a lot to do, and things that I now have to work on again. She'll lower her hand back, and you'll see it roughly brush the side of her dress, and then she'll put her glove back on. Is there anything else I need to be made aware of before I leave for the evening?
I don't remember anything. Like, our character. Is there something I should mention?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. No, ma'am. I think we got it all. At least for now.
Well then, pleasant evening to you all. Try not to blow anything up. And she'll nod to Mircha, she'll nod to Raven, she'll nod to Samuel and the Whip with No Name, and then she'll place a gloved hand on the back of Adriana's head, and then walk off.
Raven is surprised that Serena acknowledged her.
For real.
Oh, is the bow there?
It was more of a inclined
That's fair.
nod, so because that's how she is.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, though, is the bow there?
DeBow, no, DeBow's not there.
Okay. Then, fuck it. She'll probably just say this out loud. She'll exhale. No, not exhale. She will sigh. And then say, I'm going to have to get involved in politics, aren't I?
You swear that you hear in the distance a woman laughing. Alright.
She'll sigh again.
So at this point,
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh, she'll rest her head in her hands and then just kind of run her right hand through her hair, brushing it out of her face.
Alright.
And then say, I may need to talk to our prince at some point. Or our seneschal.
And speak of the devil, from the garden walks Liam, wearing a black T-shirt with a flannel / plaid shirt, like a button-down plaid shirt over it that's open, jeans, and steel-toed boots.
As he and Raven look at each other longingly in the Elysium now.
He'll look over to where you guys are. Notice the coldness in the air. Did somebody leave?
Yes, Miss Carlson just left.
Hi, Miss Carlson. Elder of which clan again?
Tremere.
Hi. I suppose I'll be having to talk to her at some point. So, what's be going on this evening then?
Aldrin has asked me to be his whip
Oh,
while he's studying.
your kind tends to do that a lot, I understand.
Also, I want to kill a mage, but I'm not allowed to. So I'm just gonna turn her into the mundane police.
Well, best to be careful with that masquerade and all. Doesn't exactly flow both ways sometimes, but gotta make sure that they don't find out about us as well. So why exactly do you be wanting to kill this mage now?
She's just gonna reach forward and push a button.
No weird things. Still getting used to this. Still getting used to this thing you gave me, and I'll hand over your notepad. You notice that there's a couple of cracks on the screen?
Tell me, how many scratch marks are there?
Like 4.
You know,
What?
it's better than I was expecting.
Sorry about that. I still am getting used to my own strength.
So a mage blew up a car on my territory
How did she do that now?
with a electronic grenade.
They have those.
Yeah, more or less a lightning bomb.
Oh, mage stuff. Give me the creeps. So then, have you talked to their speaker?
He's in a coma. A small torpor for humans.
Well, how did that happen? Did you get in a fight with somebody who's stronger than him or something?
Yes, and he is the strongest mage I have met thus far. He-
Sorry, Jason. She's like, ow, my card hurts.
He was able to survive a month on the moon in the spirit world.
They have
So-
moons in the spirit world?
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Well then, so is there somebody else among the mages we can talk to?
Jason.
Oh, why don't you give him a ring? At this point, he'll walk over to the wall.
She'll just flip open her cell phone and put him on speaker.
So Liam's gonna walk over to the wall where there's an armoire, open it up, and pull out the spiked gauntlet, the baldric longsword, and the Templar sword, and belt them on, and then walk back over.
Oh God! So he's wearing all that with a T-shirt and like a plaid shirt. That's
shirt,
kind of
yeah.
baller. That's kind of baller, actually.
By the way, this is probably the first time you guys would notice that Liam's wearing 2 swords. One is the standard Templar broadsword, and the other one is it looks like a very fine Celtic longsword.
Jason will answer and be like, yeah, what's going on?
All right, fuck it.
The speaker of my house has been wanting to speak for a representative of the mages, and she sounds worried.
Okay.
Like, if anybody would know what Arthur was gonna say, it would be you.
I mean, I could try waking him up and asking him, but he's kind of smoldering over here.
Did you just say smoldering? What are you lighting your friends on fire for?
It wasn't me. It was another asshole. I only light my friends on fire when they ask me to.
No, at least you're a true friend in that regard.
Mhm.
So, what can you tell us about this mage that has the electronic lightning bombs?
Serena.
Oh, I've heard. Dimitri told me he was very pissed off.
Well, well, you see, the my traumatic friend here, well, my traumatic subject now, I guess you could say, she has cameras on that parking lot, and she caught everything, including the destruction of a car on her property. Did that car that car able to leave on its own, or did it have to be towed off by horses?
It's still there.
That's still there on her property.
I can't really do much about that.
It's okay. I have plans for it.
Okay.
Well, the question is, what's to be done with this Sereno fellow?
I don't know. We were gonna go talk to an older mage, more powerful than most of us. See what he figured would be a good idea.
So there is a mage more powerful than this Arthur fellow. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hell, depending on which area you're talking about, I'm stronger than he is. But then he's stronger than me in some, so you know, he has that.
Well, too bad you weren't there when apparently the pillar of the demon ward got blowed up.
Yeah, probably would have been slightly helpful. Says the House Flambeau member.
Well, I trust that everything's going to be handled, and that I don't have to go anywhere or do anything, unless you need me to.
We'll keep you updated.
You hear kind of a crinkling sound like a glove of metal being wrinkled as he's stroking his bare chin with that spiked Templar gauntlet.
Jason, what's your thing about mages turning other mages into the police?
We generally don't. Like, you guys have your secret law, we have a. It's really not considered cool. Typically, we handle it, you know, by ourselves. Either, well, I don't want to go into particulars, but
She gave a host explosives and blew up a car on my property. I don't think this is just confined to one house anymore.
All right, so hold on. Tim wants to say something as Raven.
no, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I've been trying to get it in there for a little bit, but I couldn't find a good opening.
Sorry.
Jason will hear a British woman pipe up on the phone and say, "It's so you don't typically turn your own into the police. I can understand that; it makes sense.
Mhm.
However, what I will reiterate, because I think we may be missing the point here, there is somebody amongst your ranks that has openly breached hospitality with another that we are in alliance with. After being told specifically to not do the thing by your speaker. She had demonstrated a lack of ability to comply with instructions and a willingness and, I believe, an outright desire to throw the lives of everyone in this city under the bus for their own goals.
I ain't saying she's not going to get punished. In fact, punishment will probably be very severe. It ain't quite take away all her powers and shit severe, but she's not going to have a good time, let me tell you that much.
Oh, no, please, don't get me wrong. I am not a sadist. I don't want to see people in pain just for my own enjoyment. What I do not want, however, is to have our good rapport with each other be disrupted because of one rogue element.
Right now, from what I have seen, pretty much everybody in our house is pretty pissed off at her, so I don't think we're gonna have that problem.
Hey, Jason,
Yeah.
is there something that can make people forget about my place?
Yeah, there's a few things we could do.
Could you make people forget about it?
I personally can't, but I know some people that can.
Well,
Okay.
all this is going on, just real quick, Liam's going to lean over to Mircha and say, am I supposed to grant right of destruction on people that aren't members of our house?
They're just gonna look at him. I do not believe so, no.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a lot of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go back to the conversation. Liam just had to interject that.
And she's going to say, now though, I think we're all on the same page here regarding Serena. And I'm glad that, well, you see the problem as much as we do.
The
But the-
issue is on.
Sorry?
It's on. The hosted.
Well, that fuckboy's involved too. God damn it.
He
He's
had 4 dozen of the EMP grenades.
Why?
and he has on record. I believe that our good friend Adriana can send you the tapes if need be, declaring his lack of regard for the lives of not only the people in this council, but of every human in this city.
Oi, now. I'm the prince here. What right does he have to decide who lives or dies in my domain? Especially among the mortals. We're supposed to protect them after all.
Apparently, they're supposed to protect them too.
At this point, Liam will reach back and draw the longsword off of his shoulder, and it's a very intricate blade design with weird runes etched into the blade. He's like, "Where's this Zahn fellow? I'm gonna take him down."
Raven actually will hold out.
Pretty.
Raven will hold out her hand and she'll say, "My prince, please. I understand that hearing such words are very, very offensive to not only yourself but others of our kind. But violence, at least overt violence, is not going to be the way that we solve this problem."
He'll give a. He doesn't have to because he doesn't breathe, but he gives a large sigh and will sheath the blade again.
See, my particular favorite is to ruin them from the inside out. Take away his money, take away his status, and then watch him sit there with nothing.
He is a noted member of the Triads, is he not?
I think I heard him proclaim his loyalty to some 3 people or something like that.
Raven nods. And she says, "Okay, I will remember that."
I'll see if any other members of the council or triad members and
Jason knows one.
Yep.
we're talking about if there's any other members of the triad council that we know.
Not on the council.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Now,
it doesn't have to be on the council, but like somebody that is in the triad.
Out of character, but I knew, right?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
that's really about it. It's by New and on, as far as I know.
There's by new, but I mean,
The baby?
baby, he's a full-grown man, just about. He could probably crush my head with one hand.
He is a child.
One who's forced to grow up too fast, yes.
What's this I hear about a giant baby?
It's not a baby.
Manu, he's only 17 years old. And he's a member of the Triad.
Nice is friends with him. From what I hear. I don't know.
Is he supernatural then?
Yeah.
Yes.
House of Cups. Yeah, Cups.
Oh, he's one of the faithful. That reminds me. I gotta talk to Dartmouth. I gotta find out what happened to the Tuatha.
Who?
Tim's already feeling it. I know you are.
I'm sorry, my prince. Who?
The Tuatha De Danann. A long time ago, had some that were allies. I wanted to find out what happened with them, because I don't hear anything about them anymore.
Who knows? Changelings are weird.
Changelings are weird.
She'll pull up the number on her phone and, show him the number so he can put it in his phone.
He'll put it in his phone, and we can work on that later.
Okay.
Then Raven is going to say, almost reluctantly, well, if we are going to be dealing with Tarot Council business, and there are people in the council that seem to enjoy disrupting our affairs and demonstrating a callous disregard for our lives, then it seems I may need to step up in some regard.
Well, we'd be happy to have you do so, Raven. Has anybody seen Mask?
He's down in the sewers with Fluffy right now, I believe.
Fluffy?
Fluffy, the 30-foot alligator.
The
You guys have a
Nosferatu have a 30-foot alligator?
Alright, Irish guy talking on the line. What's your name? I don't think we've been properly introduced.
Liam Kincaid O'Connor. Clan Gangrel. Knights Templar. Current prince, actually, and Speaker of the House of Staves.
Oh. Well,
You may remember me from my sarcophagus.
I saw the sarcophagus. I didn't look inside. I figured I'd respect your privacy.
It's appreciated.
Oh, God.
Jason
Okay.
gets to introduce himself again. My favorite time of introductions. I'm Jason Morley, Bounty Flambeau, Hangman of the Terror Court, Thrower of Lightning at the Fire, Stormer of Capal's Domain, Unicorn Wizard, Navigator of the Sea Coyotes, and Sasser of our Otter Stabs. Pleasure.
That's quite a fanciful title you got there. Reminds me of a few that I've heard back in my day when I used to cross paths with the Order of Hermes.
Funny you should mention that.
Aye, I was told they're still around.
Yo.
Aye. Well, glad to know that some of them still around. What's going to be funny is when you mention his name to DeSalle.
Oh god.
I think you would like to meet his mentor. Yeah, our prince would love to meet your mentor.
Just because they're... Okay, I shouldn't say that. Just because they're both very, very old doesn't mean they necessarily know each other. The likelihood of him having run into Sal is 1 in 2 billion.
No. Okay, look. No, if they're ancient nerds, they've probably absolutely met.
Liam's more a jock than a nerd, just FYI. I mean, he is a knight. And
That's fair.
let's also not forget the fact that DeSalle is French. He's from France. That's where he lived for a long time.
Nah, man, DeSalle's probably hella mad because, there was this one Irish Templar that would just kind of stuff him in the lockers back in high school. He's the reason that he joined House Flambeau, and he still has a grudge.
So, oh, Prince, I forgot. One of our the member, Sandy Johnson. Do you remember him?
Aye, he was an elder of your clan, wasn't he?
He was promptly destroyed because somebody captured him. We could not get him back.
He's gonna look over at Tiger. Look over at Mircha.
Man, that's the first time that one's happened.
Yeah, I know. So, Sheriff, destruction in my domain without my permission.
I was asked to grant it. It seemed. I did not wish to stir the pot any further than it had been.
Oh. I'll admit, though, sounds like a reasonable course. Where exactly was your clanmate hiding that he had to be destroyed?
There's 3 out of 5 possible places he could have been, and we believe that through process of elimination, he was under the possession of the technocrats.
Glint of gold behind those eyes. You're saying that those techno wizards stole your clanmate?
That's why he had to be destroyed. So they couldn't pull any information out of him.
So the techno wizards on the ship captured your clanmate and held him there.
No, those are different ones. Those are the guys on our side.
Dear God, I cannot keep track of all of them.
Okay. That's the boat wizards are our friends, but the other techno wizards are our enemies. We'll just call the ones that live on the boat wizards.
Yeah, call them orphans. That's generally the accepted term.
Okay, orphan wizards.
That works.
All right then, orphan wizards it is then. So, I assume there's going to be a plan at some point to repay them for this insult.
Oh, didn't you already repay the orphan wizards when you?
No, I'm referring to the technocrat wizards in the tower that decided to capture your clanmate and had to be destroyed for it.
These are. Yeah, we have a plan for that. It's
Well-
already in motion. But we have to put the wards back up before we could take care of it.
I suppose Brother Bartholomew already knows and has a plan of action.
That is very reasonable of him.
He's always been the very reasonable sort. Very introspective, very quiet, always kept to his books. You know, I knew him before he was a friar.
Wait, Bartholomew is a friar?
Yeah, friar of the Order of St. Francis. Everybody calls him brother, but he's also father or friar, depending upon your particular inclination. Well, I'm sure he's got allies he can contact. At this point, Liam's going to walk back over and start replacing his weaponry in the armoire and then close it back up and lock it before heading back over. So, anybody got any plans for tonight? I was thinking about taking a flight.
So he was thinking about doing what?
Taking a flight.
Oh, outside the city?
No, within the city. Brother Bartholomew told me about that wall thing.
I mean, if you get a hold of Marcus, he wanders the city on foot and explores the hidden gems and whatnot.
Oh, maybe I'll find him.
Well, he's over in the docks. And she'll, like, point it out to him.
He'll nod his head. Well, hopefully I won't be too noticed. I've noticed there's a lot more bats in the city lately. And the funny thing is, they don't like to talk.
Did,
So
are
he'll.
they,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
does it sound like they're made of metal?
Yeah, a little bit. I thought it was just something in my hearing.
Jason, do you
Yeah.
know anything about metal bats?
I mean, I know plenty about Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, I'll leave you to it. So
Oh, right.
William will look to Raven and say, "Someday, perhaps you'll be able to join me in my fights. It's quite pleasant sometimes."
Tell me what?
Oh yeah, sorry. What?
Tim said, "Perhaps someday you'll be able to join me in my fights."
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. She'd be like, I'd love to.
He'll nod
One
his
second.
head. Until then, pleasant evening. He'll go outside and shift to bat form and fly off.
What?
Dead chat.
When he was talking about flying, I wasn't.
Yeah.
You guys could do that?
What?
She'll point toward Raven.
Eventually, yes.
What, you can't?
You don't even know what we're talking about.
I heard something about flying. It's pretty fun, I'd say.
But
You've never been flying?
no, not an airplane.
I'm sorry, Adriana. I thought that was kind of assumed what he meant when he said flight. Huh. Well, I guess I'm used to it by now.
Makes sense. You should go flying sometime. It's really relaxing. You know, when you're not like hurtling face first at some fucking castle made of gumdrops or some stupid shit.
What?
I don't like to talk about it.
You've already started talking about it.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Is that like your spirit world thing?
Yeah, the Emperor's weird.
Umbra. Is that where Arthur went?
Probably. Yes.
Umbra. That's a weird word. Kind of like umbrella.
Or Penumbra. Or just Umbra.
I'm sure we're very entertaining, Raven.
Better
This
than the
is funny,
usual.
though.
In fact, there's other-
Definitely better than the usual. She'll relax.
Oh, Raven, he's having a baby.
I was gonna say, man, can no one keep a secret about that? But I realized, like, most of the people that know is because of me. But, yeah. I don't know. Probably.
Anything else I can know? So helpful.
I try.
Good night, Jason.
But
Joe, hang up.
Can't
And
believe
then
I have to
they are-
actually talk in politics for eye twitches.
Samuel just starts rocking back and forth and saying, "Politics, Tillapox, Kilatops, politics."
Yeah, you have a point.
See,
You
I
get a
like
look from the whip with no names, like what you understood that.
Raven just blinks. She don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
She's gone full circle. Today's been full circle.
At this point, Samuel will hop off of Adriana's lap, look up at the whip with no name, and say, "We're going to go now," and start heading to the door. And he's like, "Yes, of course, permission," and we'll follow him.
See you later.
call me if he needs a bedtime story.
Samuel will turn around and wave with his teddy bear, like literally wave, holding his teddy bear by the arm, and then head out the door.
I'm waiting for the scene where fucking Samuel just flips the fuck out on someone and drains the motherfucker dry.
Fucking Demontation 5. Yeah, but Rises in Elysium.
Fuck that.
Adriana actually likes kids. Kids don't often like her.
Yeah, no.
Actually,
You're not playing Jason anymore.
she'll sit. Raven will sit up, look at Adriana. Do you mind if I? Have you already gotten rid of the car that was left?
No. Still there. Still considering giving it to the police, but they said that's not a good idea.
I'd like to do at least one thing. I have some friends that might like some of the scents in that car. And when I say friends, I mean you know who I mean.
Family
she
member.
thinks about it, and then she realizes Adriana probably doesn't know what she means.
She should just kind of be like clan members. That's what I'm assuming because we don't really have friends. None of
No,
us.
yeah, not really clan members. Just I have a dog.
Whoa, puppy.
Flat out.
She-
Don't
she
say that
looks
to little Owen. He will get very angry at you.
She looks excited. Like, how do you get animals to like you?
Raven will just shrug. They just do.
Oh, lame. See, I've been wanting to adopt a cat, but well, yeah, I've been wanting to adopt a cat.
Well, I mean,
You got to.
there's a few different avenues you can go through. I know that there's some amongst our kind that animals are just okay with. Others have certain disciplines that let them circumvent the problem.
It's one of these disciplines, one of the core 8.
Animalism?
What was it? What was it? Was one of these disciplines one of the common 8?
If animalism is considered one of them, then yes.
Do you know animalism?
Yes.
Do you know aspects?
And then Raven starts to perk up. No.
I don't know animalism.
I'm down for this.
So this animalism will help me help animals like me.
It definitely
It can. It also helps to just kind of understand how animals work as well.
communication with them tends to speed that up a tad bit.
I've decided to study demons instead of animals. But that's
Oh,
okay. I'm not an infernalist.
Well,
Trust me, I've been asked about 20 times.
well, the skill is quite easy to pick up.
What?
The skill is quite easy to pick up. Just learning how different beasts of the animal kingdom work.
Alright. Let's get jiggy with it. And she'll kind of laugh at herself. I'm so lame, I know it.
Future's the reason for that.
At this point, a guy who's recognizable as Primogen D. Reigns will walk into the Elysium, sit down in a chair, kick his feet up on an ottoman, and just like slump backwards.
Long night?
Long couple nights. What's up, baby girl?
You sure you want to tell him?
Alright. Can we just assume Mircha gives like the same explanation we've given about 10 times in this one scene?
When you start talking about the museum thing, D. Reigns will hold up his hand. Yeah, kind of had to help deal with that. You know how much it sucks carrying a 30-foot alligator to your elder's home? I'm just glad I didn't have to explain it to him.
See, I wasn't talking about the museum thing. Is
What, there's
Women.
more shit going on?
women are my thing. How does nobody get that? Oh, also the House of Pinnacles speaker is in a coma.
He just stands up and goes, "Don't want to know. Mage is fucking retarded. Don't want to know." He just starts shaking his
Trying
head.
to protect one of the pillars that were holding up the anti-demon ward.
He'll blink at this. You know what? I picked the wrong night to come out of the sewers. I'm sorry. I'll see y'all later. And he'll walk out the door.
D-Range's favorite Nosferatu of the bunch right now.
Straight out the door.
Bye, sweetie.
Later, losers. You'll hear that called out from the hallway. It's just like if you had started with that, he probably wouldn't have ever had a chance to sit down. Just noped out the gate.
I hope the Harpy got my gift. Oh well. Well, Richard's the paid boom, I guess.
Actually, though, mind if we go and check out the car?
Oh, okay. Nature, you want to tag along?
No, I don't see why not.
Raven. You don't know who my friend is.
Should I be worried? I'm Is
gonna head to the museum and since you're going with this Mircha, Sarah will be okay. Okay.
So Raven's so the response to Raven's question, should I be worried about your friend, was just a nervous laugh.
Yeah.
ST, I'm blood buffing my stamina to 6.
That's legitimate.
Just in case.
You can only keep it above 5 for 1 round because you're 10th gen.
Oh no, dude! It's I mean, unless I read the rule wrong, it could be 1 above your generational maximum.
Let me check real quick.
I mean, if that's the case, then I don't mind just having it be 5. I mean, I have fortitude, so it's not going to be too cray,
Yeah.
but yeah.
She'll just be like, it's okay. He'll be at the museum, and we'll be with Mircha.
What part of the book is blood buffing in?
Oh shit.
I'm
I
checking.
can't remember.
I'm gonna check the discipline section just in case.
No, it wouldn't be in disciplines. Try looking up blood pool. I think it's in the blood pool section.
Alright.
Also, she's gonna ask Etrigan if he's strong enough to move cars through text message.
Although, as they walk out of Elysium, they just start walking. Raven just claps 3 times. Owen, come on, buddy.
Yeah, you're right. It's 1 trait higher. You're good.
Yep. And then, a rather large dog shows up and starts walking alongside Raven, which he pets. It likes being pet.
I'm so jealous.
It looks at the 2 people. He looks at the 2 people he doesn't know, but considering Raven ain't, hostile towards them, neither is the dog. So they're just walking.
So yeah, they get to the museum. And there is a trashed car in the parking lot.
And Raven's gonna kneel down, and Beryl whispers with Owen. She's not actively issuing a command. She's just using feral whispers to better communicate.
Right.
She'll just say. So what they might see is like maybe some barks, growls, and whines mixed in with English. Kind of weird. But what Raven's actually saying is, all right, buddy, we're going to need you to check out that car over there. See, get the sense real good in your head for us. Yeah?
Bart. They'll trot over to the car. Sniff, wrinkle its nose. Bark, bark. Look over at Raven, trot back.
Good job, buddy. Scratches behind the ear.
Oh.
Are you going to be using? Are you still keeping feral whispers up?
Yeah. I figured
Basically, it'll communicate back that there are 2 different scents in the car. One stronger than the other one.
Okay. I can't exactly.
Did she pick up the used grenade?
Yeah, the used grenade was picked up.
Yeah, according to the footage, they were standing over there. She'll point.
Well, that's where the car is. They pretty much left it there. Oh, you mean where?
Serena and Don were standing.
Okay.
Son, whatever his name.
You notice that the pavement's been a little disrupted. Because, well, alligator with potence, earth creature thingy, that sort of thing. It's gonna head over and start sniffing around.
My God, Owen's a baller.
3 dice and luck on the rolls. Pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'll just hear growls at each spot.
That's fluffy.
What's
Yeah,
wrong
it looks like it looks alright size for Fluffy. She'll kind of just like step back and try to imagine the 30-foot alligator.
We'll finally find the spot with Serena and, well, Bark.
So he finds pretty much where Serena was standing and then just kind of barks.
Yeah. Pretty much triggers.
Pretty much what?
Triggers. No. Dogs that hunt by scent, they'll usually have a move that they do that shows that they've locked onto something.
Okay. All right, sweet. And he's gonna walk on over. I'm guessing one of the scents in the car is what you're smelling right here.
Tail wag.
Nods.
Well, we'll meet up later for business, but sun should be coming up pretty soon. I think you guys should head on back.
Yeah, it's a good idea. After all, I mostly wanted at least one of their scents. So that way, in case things went sideways.
Good to know.
Dog's just gonna look up at you.
Who?
The raven.
Okay, fine. We'll get some meat on the way back.
They'll start heading off in a direction.
Damn it.
There's like burger meat. She'll kind of point at the museum.
Is the dog just going to come rushing back at that?
No, dog's gonna keep going. It smells meat somewhere nearby and it's on the way.
All right. Raven will say, I appreciate the offer, but I think he's locked onto something he wants.
Alright. Maybe that's good.
Dog will look back at you and bark, then whine, then continue onwards.
Damn it, wait up for me. Okay.
Bye, Raven.
See ya.
Do we want to turn it off here?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
Thank you players for playing, thank you watchers for watching. It's been another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards. The points are made up, the experience points don't matter, and everybody dies eventually. Have a good night.